Welcome to the 938 podcast, and we are thrilled that you have joined us again for this edition. And, I'd like to encourage you to go back and view the previous ones as well. You'll learn a lot about the mission office, missions in general, hear from our missionaries, just a lot of good things that can help keep you connected and to show you what God is doing around the world. So today we have invited Chad Braymer. He is the newest member of our staff. So Chad, I'd like to welcome you to our podcast today.
Yes, thank you.
And I want to share your life and experiences with them, and then also let them know what you're going to be doing in the mission office. So first of all, tell us a little bit about your story and your family.
Okay. Well, I've been in the office now for about a year. My wife, Jennifer, and I, our story begins in missions as students. We went on missions trips and saw that God was leading us to missions at a young age. We graduated from Baptist Bible College, now Mission University, in 2001, and went out to start our mission internship. We anticipated being at our church there in Clarksville, Arkansas for 3 years, and God had a different timeline in mind. But in hindsight, it's wonderful. We were able to spend almost 15 years as youth pastors there in Clarksville, Arkansas, and got to see God work using missions to challenge our students. And we have several students serving in ministry, others just faithful church members all over. And just through that time, we grew, matured, and when God finally opened the doors for us to head to Costa Rica in 2015, we were ready. And so we went as team missionaries in 2015, and were approved as career missionaries in 2019, and working there outside of San Jose in Costa Rica. And it was a fantastic time. We were there for 9 years as our family, as missionaries, and just God used that time. And about a year ago, started here at the office. So excited.
Well, it's... I was just thinking, you've been here almost a year, and we're finally getting to this episode of introducing you to people through our YouTube channel and our podcast. However, we've been pretty busy, haven't we?
It's been a very busy year. It's been a very busy year because we've been talking about doing this podcast for a while now, and there's just always been something on our plates that we needed to do. So, I'm excited to be here today, though.
And so you are married and have some children. Tell me a little bit about
Yes.
Jennifer and your girls.
Yeah, so my wife, Jennifer, she grew up in Clarksville, Arkansas, pastor's kid. And we have 3 beautiful daughters, Chloe, Nora, and Chelsea, who are high school and middle school students. So, really blessed.
Good. So they've been making some adjustment coming back to America.
They have made a lot of adjustments. They've kind of adjusted better. Jennifer and I talk about they've adjusted better than we have, strangely. But their school system's been great. They love going to school. Their youth group has been fantastic. So God's really taken care of them.
Amen. That's good. You never know how things are going to be when you make those transitions, and it's always good when your family does well.
Right.
It helps you as a dad, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, because whatever I'm dealing with, that's for me. But when the girls are doing well and God's working in their life, it's good.
Yeah. So we've brought you into the mission office. We invited you to come, and you accepted the position. And it's basically going to be in the role of recruiting and helping us to promote missions around the world. Now, we understand that it's the Holy Spirit that recruits people to join in his mission. He calls them. And so we come alongside, and we just help them with the opportunities that are out there. So tell them a little bit about what your position is involved with.
Yeah, so coming from being a youth pastor and being able to lead our students and adults on trips and do that, I've seen how missions and understanding what God's doing around the world can impact people's lives as church members or even considering the mission field themselves. And so my role is just kind of an extension of that. It's been really a neat thing just to be in churches and youth groups over this past year on college campuses, just sharing what God's already doing around the world, letting people know the opportunities that do exist, the connections that we have through our missionaries and national pastors around the world. And it's always great to be able to talk about what God's doing. Like you said, this is not an us thing. God's the one who calls people, but we love being able to share the opportunities that do exist, the needs that exist around the world. It's just encouraging to be able to talk to people about that and hear their story of what God's doing in their life as well.
Yeah. And that's what I really appreciated about your life experiences. You did work as a youth pastor. Mm-hmm. And so in a lot of ways, you understand the young people and what they're thinking, going through, and what is involved in considering what God has for them in His will for their life.
Right.
And so when they call you, you can connect with them, you talk with them, and you understand. And then also you've had the mission experience, mm-hmm. working on the mission field. Right. You've taken groups on trips and things like that. One of the things that we will be doing here coming up is mission trips. Right. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I had the privilege of being able to lead trips from the U.S. side as a guy on staff at our church, but also as a missionary, being able to receive trips and host groups. And it's something that is going to be a great opportunity because a lot of people just need to see what God's doing around the world. And many times when someone sees what God is doing, number one, it's going to impact the way that they listen to missionaries coming to their church, the way that they read their newsletters, because they've seen what some of those things are like. They've seen what the churches look like around the world and what God is doing, and that our God that we see in our church building here is the same God that's working in those different cultures and different places. And sometimes it's just understanding that, okay, this isn't as scary as I thought, and if God's leading me to this, I think I could say yes to this. Do you have to go on a mission trip to be a missionary? No. But does it help a lot of people understand and see what's going on around the world? I think so. And I'm excited for us as an office to be able to help churches, be able to show their people, their students, their young adults what's going on in the mission field. Some churches are able to put together their own trips, others aren't, and we just want to be another resource to our church network.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, this is just in a nutshell of all the things that you're involved in. And what I really like about the trips and the aspects of that is probably most of our missionaries that have been approved over the last 10, 15 years, most of them have said it was on a mission trip that God really spoke to my heart and made it clear that He wanted me to be a missionary.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's my wife and I's story as well. It was missions trips at a young age that God used to show us what He was doing around the world, and it encouraged us to be able to take that step of obedience. So we want to be able to do that for others as well.
Another part that you are involved in is the application process. Mm-hmm. So when somebody is interested in being a missionary, ultimately they'll talk to you.
Yes, I absolutely love this part. This is something that I get to be the first person often in the office to hear people's story of how God's been working in their life and their calling. And a lot of times it feels like it's just me and their sending pastor that have had conversations about these things. So it's wonderful to be able to hear them and to be able to just walk them through the process, understanding what approval looks like and what these different things and aspects of becoming a missionary look like with us. And I love being able to share from my experiences, just, hey, here's what it looks like, here's what's going on, and just walk with them through that. We were able to do that. Some of the people that we've gone through training this year, I was able to be the first guy talking to them earlier on in the year. And it's encouraging to me. I hope it's encouraging to them, and look forward to doing this many times.
Well, good. Now, one of the things that we've been interested in is helping people who are interested but don't have the knowledge of what to do next. Mm-hmm. And what steps do I need to take, or education, or whatever it might be. And so we've been working on developing something that can help a pastor to work with his people, or an individual who's interested. And we're calling it the Guide to Go. And it's a video series.
Yes.
And so explain a little bit about what this is.
Sure. So this is a video series made for this day and age. A lot of people nowadays like to do their own research. Just like trying to fix something in your house, you're going to go on Google before you call somebody a lot of times. And it's similar with the mission field. People are interested, but they don't know where to go. And so this resource is a 9-video resource. The videos are set to be about 3 minutes long each, which is going to be really nice because it's just going to have the information. But it's going to walk you from a very zoomed out perspective of, hey, what is missions? who can be a missionary, and then just starts drilling down and giving more information and walking them through, okay, here's our paths to the mission field. Here's what kind of education you need. Here's what you should be thinking about as far as deputation, and just walk someone from that process of knowing very little about missions or becoming a missionary to understanding, okay, this is the overview of everything. But beyond just the videos, I think that the best part of this series is going to be the resource links that sit below the videos.
Yes.
So they can click through it and see missionaries share the stories of need in their own country as they're talking and praying about what field they should go to, or education process. Well, there will be links to courses and class descriptions and different things that we see as helpful. So I think it's going to be a very helpful resource.
Yeah, good. And as I said earlier, pastors can use it kind of as maybe a weekly meeting and go through these videos. How else could a church really set these up to be used?
Yeah, so I feel like coming from a youth pastor perspective, I had a lot of students over the years coming back from camp or different events, or just during the year after a missionary had been with us. Hey, I'm thinking about this. What's this look like? So one, sitting down with a pastor or a staff person, just one-on-one talking with someone, walking through these videos and letting them check it out. It could be a link that's shared with the young person or someone that's considering missions. It's something that could be shown in Sunday school or a grow group type of situation, where in a small group you watch a video and you understand some things, and then you just discuss it during a missions time of the year. But it's really got a lot of potential to be used in a lot of different ways. Churches could use that in their social media, just to have another thing that they're consistently posting to encourage people to have a global outlook. With the videos only being 3 minutes long, that's not hard to
Right.
post and share with others. So.
Yes. And who's going to be talking on these videos? Tell us a little bit about that too.
Yeah, so most of the videos will be done by our missionaries, sharing from their experiences, but also just their voice. Some of them will be some of us here in the office sharing as well. But yeah, we've filmed about half of them so far, and we've got missionaries talking to you about what it looks like to become a missionary. So I think it's very, very good.
Yeah, so those who have personally experienced the process, and they can be encouraging.
That's right.
That it's not impossible. It's something good to go through, and it'll be a blessing and a help to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So talking about deputation, someone that's been through deputation. Talking about being on the field for years, we've got a missionary that has experience for many years on the field.
Yeah.
So
Good. So now we've got a great media set up here in our office. Our media staff, our manager, Mike Escabel, just excellent in all that he does. And he's been working on putting some of these videos together, recording them as well. Any idea when you think it might be available to churches? I know, like you said, we've got some of them recorded already.
Yes, we have some of them recorded. We've also been working on our different resources. I would love to say spring of next year we should have it all done. Our goal is to be, once we have it put together, just be releasing it over time so that it will come out and be available for churches to use as a resource.
Yeah, good. So we'll be putting it out there and released like on social media, our website, probably resources or materials we send out, all that.
Yeah, there will definitely be an article in the Bridge about that, communicating when it's available and as well. So
Good. Well, Chad, we're glad to have you on board at the mission office. And I think we got a lot of exciting and good things ahead that we're planning to do. And the idea is to help churches who send missionaries and for those who have been called by God.
Yes.
And as a resource center or a service center, we come alongside the church, we come alongside the missionary and help them to fulfill what God's called them to do. So I would say that we're a pretty good vehicle to help them get where they're going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's been a joy in my year almost to say that it's been really encouraging to be in many churches and in many situations, just to see what God's doing in those local churches and try to encourage them to be as involved as possible around the world.
Yeah, good. Well, thanks for joining us for this this episode of our podcast, 938 Podcast. And again, we want to give you a happy Thanksgiving. This is the time of year when we're thankful for all that God has done, first of all, by giving his son, Jesus Christ. and just for the many good things that he provides for us. Every good thing comes from God, so we're thankful for that. We're thankful for you and what you do for world missions and your interest in missions, your love for missionaries, and that you pray for them. And we want to encourage you after Matthew 9:38 to keep praying for more missionaries. Our world population has gone over 8.2 billion people. Most of them have never heard of Jesus, or at least a clear presentation of what he did on the cross for the salvation of all the people of the world. And so keep praying for more laborers, and that they would also want to be a part of the BBFI as we work together to reach our world for the gospel of Jesus Christ. So thanks for tuning in, and happy Thanksgiving.